In today's video, I'm going to be showing you some tips and tricks on the brand new Samsung Galaxy Tab A11 Plus. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you some tips and tricks for your brand new Galaxy Tab A11 Plus right here. Alright everyone, so first and foremost, the first thing I'm going to be showing you is something called Circle to Search. So of course we have our navigation buttons down here, and we also have our swipe gestures. If you guys have your swipe gestures on, you're going to be holding the middle button right here that takes you home. So the one that you swipe up, it's kind of like a little bar. You're going to hold on that. And of course, if you have the navigation buttons, we're just going to hold on the home button. So if you go ahead and hold on your home button right here, of course, all of these colors are going to pop up right here. If you see something, in an article, on a YouTube video, maybe on your tablet somewhere, you guys can go ahead and pull that up and it says circle or tap anywhere to search. So we're going to go ahead and circle this calendar right here. It is then going to give us an artificial intelligence overview of that, and it's going to give us more informations and of course visual matches as well. So if you guys are trying to find a specific pair of shoes, a specific pair of gloves, a specific website or something like that, or just to get more information on what you're currently looking at on your tablet screen, you guys can go ahead and utilize Circle to Search. Next thing we have right here is Samsung Dex. This is a little bit different from the last Samsung Dex we had on the Galaxy Tab A9 Plus and the previous tablets. But of course, if we go ahead and click on Samsung Dex in our drop down bar menu, it's going to essentially give us a desktop point of view. This is going to open up applications essentially like a laptop would, as you guys can see, and we're going to have different tabs and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. The other cool thing about this as well is you can have different desktop displays. So of course we have our desktop 2 right here. You can close all windows on that, or you can open new windows on your desktop 1, and you can go ahead and add more desktop displays like this and open up certain applications, so you can go back and forth through this desktop and this desktop or that desktop. So really cool little feature right there for you guys if you guys would like to use this in essentially a desktop mode. Next tip I'm going to be showing you is the quick panel settings. So if we go ahead and swipe down on the right side right here, we do have some settings for the quick panel right here. All you have to go ahead and do is click on that little pencil on the top left side, and what you guys can go ahead and do is touch and hold to change order of all of these settings right here. So if you want to put the quick toggles down here and the brightness above at the top, you guys can go ahead and do that. If you want the Bluetooth at the bottom or the modes at the bottom, you guys can go ahead and do that. So we can go ahead and change the order of different buttons. We can also go into our quick panel settings, and as you guys can see, we have two different options right here. We have separate or together, and it says for separate, we can swipe down from the top right corner of the screen to open up quick settings panel, and if you swipe down from anywhere else on the top of the screen to open up the notification panel. Also, we have together. If you guys want the notifications collapsed and the quick settings collapsed at the same time, you guys can go ahead and click together. So instead of swiping down from the left side to get your notifications, we have our notifications together right here. And if we swipe again, we get more of our quick toggle settings. So those are some pretty cool features in the panel setting. We also have device control and media output buttons. If you guys don't want to show those, you can go ahead and show those, or you can show when quick panel is collapsed. And we have some other cool stuff down there, but the main thing was just not having to swipe down from the left side to get the notifications. We can now swipe down from anywhere and get our notifications first and foremost, and then get our quick toggle settings. Even the middle right here. Next tip I'm going to be showing you is how to screenshot in 3 different ways on this tablet. Of course, the traditional way is going to be pressing your power button and of course pressing the volume down button at the same time. So 3, 2, 1. As you guys can see, we took a screenshot right there. We can also set up screenshot in the quick toggle buttons as well. So we're going to go ahead and swipe down right here, click on that pencil, go ahead and click edit, and we have screenshot right here. So we can go ahead and add that to our little quick toggle settings, click done. And every time we want to go ahead and perform a screenshot, we go into our quick toggle menu by swiping down. And then of course go into our little section right here. We're going to then go ahead and click on take screenshot, and it is going to finally take a screenshot for you. So those are 2 ways to go ahead and do that. There is an easier way though. What we're going to want to go ahead and do is go into settings. We're then going to go ahead and type in palm swipe. So click on palm swipe to capture right here, and you're going to want to turn on this setting right here. It says palm swipe to capture, swipe the edge of your hand across the screen to take a screenshot, and it is absolutely that easy. You're going to want to take this part of your hand, go like this, And look at that. We got a screenshot right there. So very, very simple to do. It works most of the time. Those are 3 different ways to screenshot on the Galaxy Tab A11 Plus. Our next tip is going to have to do with editing our side button right there. As you guys know, we have our power button right there. We're going to go ahead and go into settings. We're going to go ahead and type in side button. Once we see side button for advanced features, go ahead and click on that. Of course, you can go ahead and double press for camera, but the big thing I want to go ahead and show you is the long press right here. So if we click on long press, we have the option to open up our digital assistant. However, we can also bring up the power off menu. And just by holding the power button right here, we can finally go back to normal and get to our power off and restart buttons right there. Instead of having to hold the volume up button and the power button at the same time, we are only having to hold the power button now. So I thought that was pretty cool. That did annoy me that, you know, these Samsung devices are making you hold multiple buttons at once to go and power your tablet down. So I definitely like the old traditional way, just holding down the power button to go ahead and bring up the power off and restart menu. Next tip we're going to be showing you is the game booster settings. And of course, that is going to be in settings. We're then going to go ahead and type in game booster settings. And we're going to go ahead and click on game booster settings. And as you guys can see, we have a bunch of different options for the gamers out there. For game optimization, if you guys want a more balanced playing experience, you guys can go ahead and set to balance. If you want more performance, go ahead and click on performance, and that will lower the graphics. Also, we have gaming motion smoothness. We can change that to 90 Hertz or to 60 Hertz depending on the game that we're playing. And we also have customizations for the different games that we have right here. So if we want to go into here, we can go into game optimization, FPS, or screen resolution for each different video game that we have on our tablet. And of course, we have our quick action button right here. We have our navigation bar right here. We have our reorder tool, edit pop-up, different stuff like that for all of the gamers out there to go ahead and edit. So I thought that was a very, very cool section just to go ahead and use for the gamers out there. Speaking of performance on your tablet, the next thing we're going to be taking a look at is the RAM Plus option. Now, there's actually something called RAM Plus on this tablet that's going to let you use some of the storage that's inside of this tablet as random access memory. So it's going to let you have essentially more windows open, and the tablet is going to run much, much smoother. Now, to go ahead and utilize this, we're going to go into settings. We're going to go to our search query right here, and then we're going to go ahead and type in RAM Plus. So after you type in RAM Plus, it's going to be in device care. If you guys just want to search for it, go ahead and click on RAM Plus. It's going to go ahead and check your memory, and we can do things like clean up residual storage and stuff like that. But if you swipe down one more, we have something called RAM Plus, and we have up to 6 gigabytes to use for this virtual memory. And as you guys can see, it says RAM Plus uses your tablet storage space to provide virtual memory. Choose more virtual memory to allow more apps to stay open in the background, and choose less virtual memory to keep more storage space free. So if you guys want to kind of max out the productivity or performance of your tablet, you guys can actually raise it to about 6 gigabytes. However, you do have to restart the tablet before you end up using this. Next thing I'm going to be showing you is how to change your navigation bar, because everybody does not want these little keys down here, and also everybody doesn't want the swipe gestures. So what we're going to go ahead and do to change that is go to settings. We're going to type in navigation bar. Once we type in navigation bar, it's going to be right here under display. And of course, we have navigation bar right there, right under taskbar. Once we get inside of here, we have 2 different options. We have swipe gestures and we have buttons. So if you guys would like to use swipe gestures, you guys can go ahead and do that. Or if you'd like to use buttons like I do, I go ahead and use buttons. And then also, if we go into more options, you guys can actually change the button position and the button order. I like having the back key on the right side and the recents on the left side, so I go ahead and use the top one. If you guys like it the other way, then you guys can go ahead and change that. And of course, we have the button position right here as well. The next thing I'm going to be showing you is battery protection. Now, this is for the person out there that's going to be holding onto their tablet for a long time, and they very much value their tablet and they don't want their battery to degrade over time. What you're going to go ahead and do is go into settings. Then we're going to go ahead and swipe down until we get the battery section right there. So go ahead and click on that. Once we're inside of here, we have something called battery protection. We're going to go ahead and click on that. We do have it turned on right now. We have it on basic, but we have multiple different options. So First and foremost, if you go ahead and turn this on and it's on basic, basically when your battery is charged to 100%, charging will stop until the battery level drops down to 95%, and then charging will start again. We also have charging will stop at a level you set. The lower the level, the more you can extend your battery's lifespan. And we have 80% right here, 85, all the way up to 95%. So if you guys want to go ahead and protect your tablet's battery, this is definitely a good idea to get the most power out of your tablet and the most life out of your tablet possible. If you guys do leave your tablet on the charger overnight, do know that it does degrade your battery over time. So this definitely helps your battery out in the long run. Next thing, if you guys would like to use split screen, maybe you're doing your taxes on one side of the display and you're watching SpongeBob on the other, or you're using your calculator or watching YouTube on the other side, this is how you use split screen. So we're gonna go into settings right here. We are then going to type in swipe to split. So go ahead and type in swipe to split. As you guys can see, if you want to search it up, it's under advanced features and it says swipe for split screen. So go ahead and click on that. Essentially, you're going to go ahead and turn this on and you're going to swipe from either side of the tablet. So it says swipe from the side or the bottom edge of the screen with 2 fingers to change the window layout. So say we're in the calculator right here. Let's go ahead and get inside of this calculator and we want to have something else on the side. Swipe from the side like that and boom, you can click whatever application you want. Also, we have some recent applications that are open right there. But say we're in our calculation application, we go ahead and swipe with 2 fingers from the side. We can go ahead and choose what other application we want right here. So say we have the phone application we want to go ahead and put side by side. That's all you got to go ahead and do. And if you want one bigger than the other, you guys can go ahead and swipe from the middle to choose how you would like to size them out. And if you guys want to exit one of the screens, just go ahead and swipe all the way to the edge, and that will give you the full screen of the application that you want. So very, very cool feature if you guys would like to multitask. All right, everyone. So those were some tips and tricks on the Galaxy Tab A11 Plus. If you guys have any other tips and tricks, of course, leave them in the comment section down below. And I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully this was helpful to new users of the Galaxy Tab A11 Plus. If it was, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. This has been Stefan from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.